COVID-19, why you do this to me? I really don't like being stuck in quarantine. I have no toilet paper, I don't even have a snack. Hey, coronavirus, I want my life back.
Almost forgot how I'm supposed to start the show. Hold on. Just a second here. All right. Thank you! Thank you, first responders and healthcare workers and service workers! Yes, that's the way we start every show. We are doing something a little different today. It's almost as though we're going on the road. I'll bring that light up. There we go. We're not going right into the office today. Hello, fellow inmates. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody else was clanging something outside today. So technically, again, this is going to be a train wreck, but that's okay because we're going to have some fun. When life is normal, we may walk to the bus or to work. We walk around work. We go shopping. We walk around the mall. We get in and out of a car. We go up and down steps at the office or in shopping malls, or simply getting in and out of your vehicle or in and out of a bus or a subway. So we have a little bit of exercise for people who are not doing a regular workout. You're getting something. But since isolation, that has gone down to almost nothing. The biggest walks a lot of us get is, if you're lucky enough to have a pet and you go walking outside, that's it. But for a lot of people, we're just sitting around. It becomes very sedentary. So what we're going to do is I am bringing on a very good friend of mine. She was she helped me get this body. That's not good advertising for her. That's not good advertising for her at all. But she was a personal trainer of mine, and now runs a training website called fitimize.ca. She is extremely knowledgeable, and her name is Julie Tom, and joins me right now from Barrie. Hi, Jules. How are you?
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is going to be fantastic because I put a challenge to you to come up with something that just people can do without even breaking a sweat. In fact, I have on purpose not put any workout clothes on.
Yep.
So let's talk about the importance of movement and what happens when we become more sedentary.
Well, the importance of movement is simply it impacts your mental and physical and spiritual health. So when you stop moving, basically everything just shuts down. So if you think of movement as food, for instance, so if you think of you have to eat to survive, correct? So in order for you to survive, you also have to move. And if you stop moving, then it's basically your body just starts shutting down. So from your organs to all the circulation, all the lymphatics, everything just starts shutting down, and then your body's not able to function, and then you start feeling aches and pains, and you start moaning and groaning. Your mind starts shutting down, and then you're just feeling like crap, and you don't want to live. You don't want to do anything. So the importance of movement is to keep you mentally, physically, and spiritually living life and enjoying what you're doing.
And how much movement do we get on a normal day when things are normal? I mentioned all about going to the grocery store or things like that. We get a fair amount of movement. And what's that doing for us? Yep. I know it's not an incredible workout, but what's it doing for us?
Nope. It's keeping all your ligaments, tendons, your muscles, all that. It's allowing your body to have the resistance it needs to survive. So as we age, you may have heard of the term sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is a very real thing, and it's something that basically if you stop moving, your body just starts deteriorating and it just starts eating itself. So essentially you want to prevent.
Just watch your microphone, Julia, every time you rub against it. Yeah, that's all right. Go ahead.
Sorry. So essentially you're trying to prevent diseases and osteoporosis, arthritis. Sarcopenia is a big one. It's basically loss of muscle mass. And the more muscle you lose, the more likely you're going to get sick. So you want to make sure that if you want to prevent disease like diabetes and stroke and cancer and all those wonderful things, then you need to keep moving to prevent that stuff.
All right. Mike Robin is asking a question. What about walking? What kind of benefits do we get from that?
Lots. Actually, when somebody asks me what's the most important exercise that you could do, and it's actually walking. So if I'm going to prescribe, I would actually prescribe walking programs to a lot of people. And it's simply, if I was going to do that, then what I would do is prescribe walking in different surfaces. So walking, there's like walk on sand, walk on concrete, walk on grass, walk up hills, walk down hills, all of these things. If you just focus on doing that alone will keep you healthy much, much longer than if you lift weights. The key is consistency. So finding something that you like and that you can be consistent with. That's honestly, and most people can walk. The problem is I have worked with people who start walking and then their knees hurt, their back hurts, their hips hurt. And so what I have to do is help you get stronger so that you can improve the length in terms of what you're walking.
Okay. Loving all the comments we have over here from Trenton. Let's put up some from the Mark's Day. Oh, Mark's Day. I know where Mark's Day is, Christiana. Just you can add that one. Hold on. It's not behaving. Parker and I are having technical issues here. Hold on. What happened? There we go. Hold on. We're going to pause here for a moment. There we go. Okay, all of a sudden it just was doing that. Okay, there. I think we got it back. Now, pole walking. What is that? Tammy's bringing up pole walking. What is that?
Pole walking is basically you're walking. Think of it as like cross country skiing, but just walking. You're not actually on skis.
I see people with those poles. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So it's really good to engage your core. So anytime you push into the floor or into the ground, it actually, and by you holding something in your hand, it actually connects to your brain and allows you to have A, better balance, and B, activate your core. So I recommend pole walking to anybody that's willing to do it. I actually used to teach it years ago, and it didn't really take off like it should. But it's really, if you're above the 60 range, I definitely recommend it as one of the best exercises that you can get out there and do, for sure.
We're going to get, by the way, folks, we are going to get back to a workout that you can do. In fact, let me switch the camera here. Sorry, Julie. We're going to get to a workout. What do you say, a 2-3 minute workout that you can do every day that you're not going to break a sweat, but it's going to do what for you?
It's going to connect your brain to your body, and so your brain is in control of it all. So what we're going to do is we're going to just focus on going barefoot first and foremost. Your feet are your foundation, so what we're going to do is we're going to allow you to connect to the ground and allow you to basically embrace the electrons from the ground and help you feel more connected to the earth and to yourself. And so it's just going to be a simple things and just helping you. The key in terms of as we age is to keep the range of motion in which you have. So essentially, I work with a lot of people who are over 40 and have an issue, or like the people over 60 have an issue with falling. So they're afraid, they have this fear of falling. And if they do fall, they're afraid that they're not going to be able to recover from that injury. So what we do is we train the range of motion. So if you do roll over ankles easily, or if you do fall over off curbs easily, then what we do is we train that range of motion so that when you do fall off, that you'll be able to come off from that injury and be able to carry on like it was nothing. So we want to keep the range of motion strong, and that's essentially what we can do, is just keep your joints as strong as possible in a confined space.
Michelle says, I have bad feet. My feet hurt in no shoe. When there's no shoes on, my feet hurt.
Okay, so what we have to do is slowly build up the strength in your feet. And the reason they do hurt is because you're exposing your feet. Your fascia is locked up. So if you don't know what fascia is, if you think of the white stuff on a chicken, we all have fascia, and it's literally connected to everything in your body. So if you think of that, if you walked in through a spider web that you got on your face, it's sticking, it's sticky, and it goes everywhere. What happens is that the fascia in your feet is all locked up. So the first thing I would recommend is that you start releasing the fascia on your feet. So you can either start with massaging your feet, getting a tennis ball, rolling the ball of your foot, putting your fingers in between your toes and just simply massaging your toes and just loosening things up. Putting heat on your feet will help for sure. So you just got to start loosening up, because your feet hurt because they're in what I call toe coffins, i.e. shoes. Your shoes are too restrictive, and so we're not getting the right blood flow. So if we combine with loosening up the fascia with just doing a simple rest and recovery exercise, which is simply lay on your back, put your feet up in the air, and hang out there for 5 minutes, you're gonna feel a big difference in your feet. And then it also helps with falling asleep, and if you have cramping in your feet or in your calves.
Okay. Yeah, let's come back to the I want to get to some of your tips right now, which would be good for everyone in isolation. And then you're going to take me through a bit of a small workout right here in the living room. Okay. So let's go to tip number 1, if we could. That's the quick. Hold on. There we go. All right. So your tip number 1 is actually go barefoot.
Yep. So this is a big one for a lot of people. It's like the guest that you said, the feet hurt when they go barefoot. So this is something that you have to ease into. But going barefoot, there's so many extreme benefits in terms of going barefoot, simply from improving your balance, the proprioception, and pain relief. So your feet are the foundation of your movement. So in order for you to connect your brain to your body, we have to get your feet moving and feeling better. It actually, by going barefoot, it builds your immune system. And the problem is that with this whole COVID-19, a lot of our immune systems are possibly being compromised due to stress or by lack of exercise. So in order for you to keep your immune system strong, we can just simply go barefoot.
All right, let's go to the next tip. And that is, hold on, there we go. And number 2 is breathe. Now, we've talked a lot about breathing here on the show for the last little bit. Tell me about the importance of that.
Breathing allows so we have a fight or flight system. You've probably talked about parasympathetic versus sympathetic system. So a lot of times when people are stressed, their sympathetic, their fight response is typically on. So by breathing, it allows our parasympathetic system to kick in, which is simply our rest and relax mode. So a lot of times people aren't necessarily fighting, but they might be fleeing. So instead of fleeing the situation, what we're going to try to do is just try to rest and relax. And so by breathing, it allows your parasympathetic system to kick in, which will then help you.
The parasympathetic system. Yeah, that's what I want kicking in.
Yes, you do, because it'll help you with digestion and it'll build your immune system, which is what we're after.
Give us a few breathing exercises.
Well, some simple ones. If you just take your hand, what you can do is just trace your hand. I know we're not make sure you wash your hands first, but what you're going to do is you're going to trace your hand. So you take one finger, and what you're going to do is you're going to inhale on your way up to the thumb, inhale up to the thumb, and then exhale down the valley. Inhale up to the next finger, and then exhale down the valley. So inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down.
I think that's a great exercise, and not only just for the breathing, but and I know that one of the main goals when we're listening to our breathing and is being present. And so when you're doing that and you're looking at it and you're physically doing something, I have a hard time thinking about something else, right? I'm being present right now. That's a great idea.
Exactly.
How often would you do that?
Just simple things.
Yeah.
It's up to you, just that once. So I recommend 5 deep breaths a day. So you can actually focus on, so what you can do is focus on going slower or faster. It just depends on what works for you. Everybody's a little bit different. But like today, my kids were stressing me out like beyond belief. I literally stopped and I did that. Okay. And it's just and so just doing that once allowed me to reset, and then I was able to deal with their screaming.
Okay, I want to bring a comment on here. This is a good one from Carrie. How do you have enough energy after working like 15 hours in a day? And that's a really good one. A lot of people say that they can't work out, they don't take care of themselves, they don't eat properly because they're so tired.
Yes. So this is a hard one. This is a mind over matter, essentially. It's a motivation thing. So the one thing I need you to think about is that exercise is optional, movement is essential. So essentially exercise, if you think of it as exercise and that I have to get my sweat on as that's what I need to do after a 15-hour day, I would definitely not want to do that. I used to work on my feet all day, and that's really hard. But if you think of just some movement that you can do to be kind to yourself, then it's going to be much easier to want to get in there. So like what I'm going to show Kevin later is just by starting to march. If you just march in place and start moving your feet, what it'll do is it's going to start stimulating the brain chemicals in your brain, and your body's going to start feeling better, and then you may not get that endorphin kick.
Watch your microphone. Just going to keep reminding because you're using the microphone that's on your cord there, so that's why. So continue, and I'm sorry.
I got to stop talking with my hands. I'm very animated. It's hard, and like you're asking me not to move while I talk, which is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially it's just it is hard. It's a motivation thing. So if it's a matter of setting up little cue cards for yourself and setting up goals as to like find your why at the end of the day. So why do you feel like you need to move after 15 hours of working? Because I'm sure that job was pretty active, right? So why do you feel you need to move after 15 hours of work?
That's a really good point. So if you're standing all day or you're doing a lot of walking in your job all day, what do you need to
Mm-hmm.
do? I mean, relaxing is important, but what else do you need to do?
Yes. In terms
In
of
terms of movement, in terms of proper movement.
depends on what your goal is.
Yeah.
It all depends on what you want. Like, so if you want longevity, if you want strength, if you want to just prevent disease, like it all depends on what are you after. So when I first started, I've been training personal training for 19 years now. When I first started training, everybody was like wanting to lose weight and get stronger. That's basically what I was training. Now I work with people who just want to feel good and be able to play golf and be able to lift up their groceries and put them
Yeah,
away without pain. So
exactly.
it all depends on what your goal is.
All right, let's go to tip number 3 now. And this one is interesting. It says, get down and get back up.
Get ahead, get down. Get ahead, get down. Okay, so this one is taken from, I don't know if it's actually a mainstream. This is actually it's a longevity test. Is a test that was developed by a Brazilian doctor in the 1950s and has been validated over and over and over again. It actually has hit mainstream media. Basically, what you do is you get down on the ground without using your appendages, so your hands, your elbows, and then you get back up. You get 10 points, you get down on the ground, and you get back up. So essentially, if you score below a 3, your longevity is not very likely. So it basically, the research has shown that for people that score under a 3, their probability of dying in the next 5 years is most likely. So essentially what
Wow.
you want to try to do, yes. So that, right?
So
And it's
let's
like,
repeat
not me
that.
telling you
What's
this,
the
this has been
goal?
validated. So
What?
you want to get down on the floor and get back up without using your hands or your knees or anything. So if you do, you lose a point. So if I get down and then I get back up and I use a hand and a knee, I lose 2 points. So I get an 8. Great.
So you've
If
got to
you
get
lose
down
your
on the floor
balance, you
and
lose half a
you
point.
have to get down on the floor,
Exactly.
get back up without using your hands and your knees.
Or your knees or your shin
Okay.
or your elbow or
Okay.
whatever.
So
You want to try?
yeah, I'm gonna try it. Hold
Let's
on.
find out what your score is. Yeah, give it a go.
I don't want the score.
So there's lots of different ways.
Okay, hold on.
Lots of different ways to do it. Let's see what you can do.
Let's see. I'm gonna point the camera down here. Okay. So basically, you're just saying, look at me barefoot too. I'm always barefoot. So basically,
That's awesome.
but I can't do a knee.
That's a no. That's loss of 1 point.
Oh, gee.
That's fine.
All right. So you want
How
me
would you
down?
get down without? Yep.
Okay. All right.
So you put a knee and you lost your balance. So that's
I
one and a
did
half
not
points,
put a
and now you got
knee.
to get back up.
I did
You
not.
did. You put.
Judges. The judges
I
say
think
it's
you
clean.
need to ask that.
So you know what though?
How do you get
You
back
know this
up?
about me. I complain about this when we were doing workouts together. I can't get back up without my knee
Right.
or my hand.
Right.
What? Suggest something. What do I do?
How would you do it? You have to put your hand in that position. You either really have to push your feet really hard into the floor because you're gonna have to use your hips to get up. Yep. Go wide.
Okay, that's
Yep.
all right. But I had to use my hand, so I lost a couple of points.
That's okay.
But
Yep. So you lost from your hand and your knee. So essentially, you lost 3.5 points for that.
okay, well that's all right, isn't it?
You're going to be okay. You're still okay. You're not under 3, so you're okay.
Okay, let's go to tip number.
So what I do? Okay, sorry.
Sorry. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say when I first meet somebody, we actually do this test, and our goal simply could be trying to get a higher number with that test. It's that simple. So everything that we do is to make you better, higher on the longevity test. That's it.
Okay. All right. Can you show? Okay, Catherine is saying, can you show us?
Can I? Sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to take my my thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, here she goes.
So something I teach, I'll point me down to. Can you see me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's
one way
freezing
is-
every once in a while, but we'll see. Okay. Oh, okay.
Get back up. 1.
Okay. So it's not overly, you're not breaking a sweat, but what are you doing?
I can't hear you.
Hold on. We're
What
just,
were you saying?
yeah. It's like I'm talking to Apollo 12. This is great. It's not, it's not overly exerting. What are you doing for yourself then?
Well, I have me with that one. For me, I have an injured I have an injured back. Essentially, I
Yeah.
hurt my hip, so I have to work on hip mobility. So the reason I struggled with the crossover, that's one I typically couldn't do because my hips were weak on the inside. So I have to work on hip strength and hip mobility, and then I can do the outside one easy because I'm stronger on the outside.
Okay.
So it just depends on
Oh,
everybody's different.
all right. Tip number 4 is next, and that is dance.
Yep. If it works for Ellen, it works for me.
True. True.
Simple. Simple. Dance, like honestly, the music. So something I've been studying a lot more about is your how to activate different parts of your brain, and music is that part of your brain that taps into your limbic system. So like you listen to a song and you remember something from your past.
Hold
It
on,
taps
Julie.
into that part of
Julie.
your brain. So
Julie, hold on. I'm gonna get you to wait for 1 second. I'm gonna allow the signal to go back up again because we were losing you a bit. And then, all right. So you were studying about music. Go ahead.
So I was studying about activating different parts of your brain, and with music actually activates the limbic part of your brain, which it gives that feel-good feeling. So you listen to a song and you're like, it brings back memories. It could be happy or sad, but it'll bring back some type of emotion. So by you putting on some music that you enjoy, that you like, it'll just simply give you those happy ego feelings because you're actually activating a chemical in your brain and you're releasing it. And then the fact that want to move is even better.
All right. I'm gonna give something a try. You know me. I don't like to dance, but if if it helps me
Well, you
move.
find the right song.
All right. So
Yes,
let's
find the right
let's bring up my cam
song.
if we could. Hold on 1 second. Parker's taking over a lot of the switching now, so that's why we're sort of dueling computers. You want to bring up my camera there? There we go. All right. So, all right. I'm gonna get out here. And I got to find a decent song. Now I'm not doing a full
Find
on
a good
dance.
one.
What?
Nope.
I'm not doing.
Just
a
find
full...
a good song.
Okay, hold on. All right. Alexa. Oh, I know. Play Radar Love.
Radar Love by Golden Earring from Spotify.
Hold on. Alexa, volume 10.
Tell me going with the shoulders right.
This is why I don't dance, Julie.
That's okay. Hey, you know what? You're moving and grooving. That's what matters.
Dance like there's nobody watching.
That's right.
Okay, so what's happening? What's going on? Alexa,
You're stimulating. So basically, you're stimulating different. You're shifting your balance. So you're working on your balance. You're working on your ligaments and your tendons. You're gonna get your heart rate up. You're activating good chemicals in your brain. Lots of happiness are happening right now. You might even smile. What? See?
Hold on.
Smile.
Alexa,
There you
volume
go.
10. Here it is.
Best part. Yep.
Oh yeah. Alexa, pause music. All right. I embarrassed my son to no end there. I embarrassed myself to no end there. All right.
That's awesome.
But yeah, actually, I can feel it.
It's not about being embarrassed.
Yeah, I can
You
feel
feel
it.
good though, right? You
All
feel
right.
your heart rate up, you feel good. It's like you have a smile on your face. You're like, try not to feel good. So
Oh,
that's what you could do after a 15-hour day.
oh yeah. All right. Let's get to tip number 5. And tip number 5 is get the heart rate up, which I did honestly. So tell me about the heart rate and
Yep.
how high should it get and how long should it be there? Can you hear me? I'm not sure if I.
Training, if you ever heard of it, it's like high intensity interval training or Tabatas or basically the benefit of getting your heart rate up is in order for you to keep your heart strong and for you to prevent diseases and to basically get all the benefits of exercise, we need to get our heart rate up at least 20 minutes a day. How high is basically and everybody's different because depending on where your resting heart rate is, where you should be able to not be able to talk and complete a full sentence. So if you can dance and have a full sentence and be somewhat out of breath, that's plenty. If you walk up a flight of stairs, that'll get your heart rate up. So everybody's different. It's all relative. Everybody hates it when I say that, but it's true. It's all relative to you and your ability. So as long as you get your heart rate up for 20 minutes, I've been vacuuming my house because my cleaning lady hasn't been coming. Just vacuuming my house for an hour, that was enough. That was it. That was good. I even got a blister. I was like, really? But yeah.
Okay.
20 minutes a day.
We're going to go to tip number 6, and then we're going to try this workout that helps, that people should be trying. So tip number 6 is hop to it. What do you mean?
Hop to it is basically, the other way I call this one is shaking off the rust. So essentially, this has to do with a lot of people drink coffee in the morning. The best way to drink your coffee through movement is to hop up and down. And the reason for that is because it stimulates your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is the only part of your body that does not have a pump. So in order for you to stimulate that pump, you need to move. So however you do it is up to you, but actually jumping up and down, walking and doing all these type of things. But literally, I could just literally tap myself, like pat myself down hard on my whole body, or I can just jump up and down. And it just basically, it's like, think about shaking off the rust. Doing that, again, with your favorite song or doing it for 30 seconds you do it, you will literally feel like you just had a cup of coffee.
Okay. Rose brings...
It's all about stimulating. Oops, sorry.
Rose brings up a question here. Can I only dance for 20 minutes? We're supposed to do a 20-minute workout a day. What if you just danced for 20 minutes?
Perfect. Fantastic. Do it. That's what I recommend to my clients. So so think of movement as functional. So it's like, what's the whole purpose of your movement? So there's a method to my madness. When I prescribe a program or a workout to someone, what is it going to help them do? Is it going to help them put their groceries away easier? Is it going to be able to carry their groceries in? Are they going to be able to lift things over their head? Dancing 20 minutes, the hormones that will release after 20 minutes is absolutely phenomenal. And the fact that you're going to be sore, you might, if you're not used to it, you're going to be sore. And that's just exposing your body to different stimulus is one of the best things you can do for yourself. So for sure.
All right. Okay. So I want to get back to the hopping. And so that's something you can do. That's something you can easily do in your house, your apartment, your condo, from going from one room to another.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. And I'm not you literally don't have to hop and leave the ground. It literally is like, think about just shaking off the rust. So if you're all wet, think about you came in from the rain and you're just trying to shake off the rain, or it's snowed here in Barrie, so just shaking off the snow. So you're just going to try to literally and just kind of go up and down, shake off. Yeah, like you're getting ready for a race. Okay, so just like that. 30 seconds.
You called it the lymphatic system? What's happening when I'm doing?
Yes. So your lymphatic system is the system that's responsible for hormone transportation through your body. So what you're doing is you're actually pumping hormones through your entire body. So it's like, shake it off. Just keep shaking it off. Your lymphatics helps you detoxify. So that's a big thing. So it's basically if you if you are exposed to toxins through cleaning products or environmental toxins, all that type of stuff, it'll get trapped in your lymphatic system. So that's why breast cancer is very common for women, because of makeup, and it gets stuck
the makeup doesn't get cleaned off, it gets stuck in the lymphatic system, which is underneath their arm. So that's why shaking off is actually very helpful, especially for getting the lymph nodes going under the arms. But essentially, you want to be able to detoxify yourself from toxins, and by doing that, in turn, again, keeps up your immune system nice, healthy, and strong.
Okay. Okay, so now I want to get to this so-called, would I call it a workout, or what shall we call this?
I call it a flow or a movement snack.
A flow or a movement snack. So let's call it a movement snack. And this is a movement snack. And what essentially is important about it? Now, this is not by any means, and let's put this caveat out there, this doesn't take the place of a good, cardio workout or exercise. But at the very, very least, if this is all you can do in a day, what will this do?
Mm-hmm. It'll give you all the benefits of a regular workout, simply because you're exposing you're moving. Just think of it. I call it a movement snack simply for the reason of when you take a snack. Why do you snack in a day with food? Because you're hungry. You need to pick me up.
Yeah. And
different reasons, right? So essentially, think of your workouts. If you think of an hour workout, you can think of it as one of your meals. So we have some people, like I intermittent fast, so I have 2 meals a day. So if I get in 2 30-minute workouts or one 1 hour workout, those are my 2 meals for the day. I also have movement snacks, or think of it as, I also have snacking. So think of it as these simple nutritious things that I can do for my body to help me increase the circulation, improve my blood flow, boost my energy, improve my mood, regulate digestion. There's all these different reasons why I would want to have a little snack, but essentially these are little things that you can do every day just to keep everything primed and moving and keeping you healthy.
Okay, I want to get to this now because I think your signal is getting progressively worse. So I want to try and get it in as much as we can before we lose you. So Here we go. We are starting with a movement snack.
Yes.
All right. So you take over. So what do you want me to do? Do you want me to stand up? What do you want me to do? Or sit down? What?
Yeah, you're going to stand up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Hold on. Let me take this out.
Do it all standing. Okay.
Okay. Let me just move my chair. All right. How's that, Parker? Is that all right? Okay. All right. Here, I'll move my mic out of the way. All right. Okay. Go ahead.
So what I want you to do is just start with marching in spot. Okay. So what I want you to do is start marching. So pretend you're inside a box. And now what I want you to do is using your arms, just march up and down. And what I want you to do, inside of a box, exactly. Be a mime. Cool. So use your arms. And what I want you to start thinking about is moving your opposite arm and opposite leg. So notice, there's your, Okay. So by brain, there you go, moving your arm up and down. Now what I want you to do is think about pushing off your big toe. So think about pushing off your big toe and landing on the forefoot. So push off your big toe up.
You mean landing at the front of the foot? So pushing it up, big toe, and then
so push off your big toe and land on that forefoot. Yep.
All right.
So almost you might have to be leaning forward slightly because that's going to change the weight where your weight is in your foot. Yep, just like that.
All right.
Yep.
And again, there's no reason
now
you don't have to
step out of the box.
What's that? Step out of the box?
Nope. Step out of the box.
Go
out, step both feet. Yes, step out. So both feet step out. No, go 1 foot out on either side. Yep.
Oh, like that.
Go back in. And then put your other foot on the outside. Move your foot on the other side.
Okay.
Yep. Good. Go. Step out of go in and out of the box.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And you can go to the other side. Yep.
All right. What's happening here? What am I doing?
You're shifting your weight.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is I'm trying to connect your core. Yes, and I'm working on your hips. Exactly. I'm opening up your hips. The fact that you're bringing your knee higher than your hip is allowing your glute to activate. So if your knee stays below, which is fine, but again, by keeping you grounded on the floor, you're good to go from there. Okay? Now what I want you to do
I hope everybody is doing this. I hope everybody is doing this at home who's watching, all right? I hope everybody's doing this at home.
Yes.
All right. What's next?
Rock up onto your toes and then rock back on your heels.
Just so on the toes.
Just rock up.
Okay,
rock up and back.
You can't see my feet, but I am doing it, I think.
Yep. Just rock up and back. There you go. Yep.
Okay.
Now I want you to go side to side. Rock your feet side to side. Yep. Keep your big heels and toes on the ground. Yep. So what I want you to think about is think of your foot has a triangle. So you have a point at your heel, you have a point at your baby toe, and a point at your big toe.
Yeah.
So when you rock from one side to the other, your heel points down, and then you're going to rock from the outside baby toe point to the big toe point. Yep.
Okay.
Good. Now both toes are going to go out, so both feet go out. Both feet go out. No, so just rock up on your baby toe point and your heel point. Keep your feet pointing straight, and then just go out with your feet.
Like this.
Yes. Okay. Yep. And then rock in. Yep. In and out. Perfect.
Right.
So this is exposing your ankles to different
Yes.
angles. Now what you're going to do is you're going to lift up one heel. So just lift one heel off the ground to stretch out your foot. Keep your toes on the ground.
Yeah.
Yep. Bring your heels as far forward as you can to stretch out those toes. Feel the stretch under your bottom of your foot.
Yep.
Good. And then switch.
Okay.
Yep. That's good. And then switch. So you do that a couple times. And now what you're going to do is you're going to curl your toes under to stretch the top of your foot. This one is going to feel really good.
Yeah.
No, so actually lift your foot. So lift your toes. Put the top of your toes on the ground.
Like that.
Lift your heel.
It's
Yes.
like pushing it. Oh.
Now roll to your, yeah.
So I can feel that. Yeah.
Now you're going to feel that up your shin. Yeah. So if you walk a lot, this one's really, really important. Switch. Yeah. Yep. And try to touch the outside of your ankle to the floor. Yep, just like that. Good.
All right.
Yep. Okay, now try to stand on one leg.
I can do that.
Now just try to roll that ankle that's off the ground. Make a big circle.
Like this? Like that.
Good.
Okay.
Yes. Perfect. And then try the other side.
Again, folks, the idea is that we're not working up a huge sweat, but we're getting our moving and we're getting our joints moving, and we're trying to just at least not feel sore, because that's what happens. Yeah. Get this. What happens, Julie, when you do sit all day, and then you start feeling lethargic and sore, and actually like feeling really sore, almost like an arthritic kind of feel.
Yep. So it's basically it's edema essentially. So it's the lack of blood flow. So the lack of circulation. So that's why you're feeling sore. So lactic acid sits in your body, in your muscles, and so if you can't pump it out, that's why you're feeling sore and lethargic.
Okay. What else? Give me one other one.
So feet together, and what I want you to do is put your hands on your knees, and you do like knee circles, because this could be like a dance. So soften your knees a little bit,
Okay.
and then your knees are going to stay together. Keep your feet grounded on the floor, and just do knee circles. Go around, big circles you can. Do not let your toes come off the ground, though. So what you're going to try to do is ground your feet. See how your big toes are coming off? Don't let them come off. Ground them. So you're going to try to keep all 3 points from the bottom of your foot to the floor. Fantastic.
There's a lot of people with.
Okay, so hands on the hips.
There's a lot of people with bad knees. Is there something else to do with this?
This one actually is okay for people with bad knees. They won't hurt.
Okay. All right.
If you ground your feet, you cannot let your feet come off. This one, so you would just work on the range of motion you have. So with any of these, you work to your own personal range of motion.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Now you separate your feet a little bit, hands on your hips, and you can do hip circles. Pretend you're hula hooping.
Okay.
All right. Don't let your toes come off like they just did. Keep your toes grounded. And then go the other way.
Okay.
Go the other way.
So for people my age and up, these are some real problem spots, is the hips and the knees. Those are the things that go first.
Yes. And so by working on going barefoot, that's going to help your hips and your knees.
Okay.
But so if you have back pain, so when people phone me and they're like, Julie, I hurt my back, what do? I tell them to do this exercise along with a pelvic tilt, which is what you're going to do now, which is literally hands on the hips, and all you're going to do is you're going to rock your hips forward and backward. Keep your knees soft, keep your toes grounded. All you're doing, don't move your knees.
Yeah, this is,
don't move.
I can't see the comments from here, but.
Nope. Yeah, I'll get light. Yeah.
Put some comments up there, Parker. Let's see. All right.
So pelvic tilting and lower and hip circles. Yep, you're good to go. So now what you're going to do is you're going to pick up one leg,
Alexa,
pretend like you're moving your leg
play
over.
Hawaiian music, please.
Shuffling Hawaiian Dreams from Spotify.
Alexa, volume 5. Um,
I
Alexa,
want to play.
play a hula dance for me.
Hula Hoop by Omi from Apple Music.
That's not a hula. Hold on, just a second. Alexa's having some problems here. Alexa, play a Hawaiian hula dance song.
Alexa, play a Hawaiian hoop.
Alexa, play a Hawaiian dance song. Hold on, just
Hawaiian techno dance party beats.
Hawaiian techno dance? Hold on. This might be interesting, actually.
Wow.
Hold on. Okay, Alexa, pause music. Alexa's not working with me right now. Alexa's just not working with me right now. Okay, give me one more.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to do standing hip circles. So what you're going to do is pick up one knee and like you're stepping over a fire hydrant. So you're going to step out of the circle and then step over, bring it back, and then step back where you were. Yep, bring your foot right back where you were.
So,
yep.
there and
Go
there.
out. So step out. Don't move
What?
your feet, though. Don't move your body. So you're going to just move your leg up and around and then come back. Yep.
Okay.
Don't move your hips, though. So
I'm not.
if I'm going to do it, you are moving. So bring one leg up and around.
Now, folks,
up and
now
around.
we're seeing the real Julie. Okay, this was the real Julie when we worked out together. She yelled at me. She was mean. Okay.
Yeah, right. Well, listen to what I'm telling you. Stand in one spot, lift one leg up and around.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Like that? What?
Put it back. Yep.
And
then put it back.
Oh,
there.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Voila. Good.
Okay. Julie, earlier we were talking about, I'm going to come down and sit down. So yeah, that really wasn't all that difficult, was it? Oh, there we go. Earlier we were talking about trying to fool your mind and to retrain your mind. And you had some little tricks.
Retraining.
You were saying looking at your thumb. What do you do?
Oh, brain training.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So this is the fun stuff. So basically, so we can test your range of motion. Actually, this is a really cool one. So what you're going to do is actually just bring your arm up to 90 degrees, and you just drop it down. Let's see what your range of motion is. Let's test you. So bring your arm up like this, and then bring it down, and then bring it back up.
So what am I doing? Because you were breaking up there.
Just put your arm at 90 degrees.
Hold on. Okay.
Straight up.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Yep.
Okay, bend your arm. Bring your hand. Bend your hand to the side.
If you could switch to Julie's camera, if you could, just there so I can see it. Okay. So yeah. All right. So like I'm doing a right turn. All right.
And then go down.
Like this.
Yeah. Let's see how your shoulder kind of went like this. Don't let your shoulder go down. Keep your shoulder down.
Okay.
Just test your range of motion. How far can you go without letting your shoulder lift up?
Okay.
You go back up.
All right.
Okay. Try the other side.
Okay.
Try the other side.
That one's better. That one's much better. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna do some brain training, or we should have you try to touch your toes because I know this one's good for you. Show us your.
You know I can't touch my toes. Oh, hold on. I just froze.
I know. I just want to see if it works for you though.
Okay.
Ahead, try to stand. Try to touch your toes.
All right.
Just real quick.
Just a second.
And then I'll have you do the brain training stuff.
Julie knows. Julie has tried for years to get me to be able to touch my toes. Okay. Ready? All right. So
try to touch.
That is as far as
Okay.
Go.
Okay. Come on over. Let's try some stuff and see if we can activate your brain. Cool.
Well, that's gonna be a challenge. Okay.
All right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold your thumb directly out in front of you, and what I want you to do is I want you to stare at your thumb.
Okay.
Okay. Just stare at your thumb. Focus on your breathing. Just inhale, exhale, stare at your thumb. Just inhale, deep breath, and exhale. Stare. Don't look at anything else. Don't let your eyes dart anywhere. Just focus on that thumb. Now what I want you to do is you're going to look away. Find a point directly above your thumb, stare at it, and then look back at your thumb. It's called the near far drill. So look away and then look at your thumb. Look away and look at your thumb. Good. Look away. So this allows you to activate one part of your brain And that's good. Perfect. Now what I want you to do is, still staring at the thumb, you're going to look, like you're going to turn your head side to side, but still staring at your thumb. So look, turn your head to the side, stare at your thumb, and go the other way. So this is the vestibular part, or inner ear of your brain. So by stimulating this, it will help unlock any tightness that you may have in your joints.
Okay.
Perfect. Good. Okay. It's that simple. That's step one. So that's activating the brainstem. So now what we're going to do is, we can retest it now. Let's see. Let's retest and see if your brainstem's firing. Go.
Okay, hold on. So you want me to try and touch my toes again?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
About the same. A little bit
it's
easier. A little bit better.
a little bit lower, but no.
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope, not there. Okay. So next one I want you to do is, this one you actually can do standing, but what you're going to do is you're going to tap each finger to your thumb, just like so.
Like that? Hold on. I'm just going to put a split.
Just start with one side.
Sorry. Hold on. All right. What's that? Just like that?
Start with one hand. Start with one. Yeah.
Okay.
So just tap each hand or each finger to your thumb. Each finger. Each finger.
Oh, each finger. Okay. Okay.
Got it. Do that a few times. Okay, now try the other side. So this is activating your prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for your hands and your feet, how they all function. Good. Seems harder on one side versus the other. Seems pretty easy both sides.
It seems a little bit easier on my left.
Okay. So now what I want you to do is, with the right hand, you're going to do it, but with the left hand, you're going to do circumduction with the elbow, which means you're going to move your left elbow in a circle and then tap your fingers. No, just move it around like this. Keep your elbow around. Yep. Move your hand. Move your hand around your elbow.
Oh, I see.
Hand around the elbow.
And on the other one, tap my fingers.
And then tap this one. Yep.
Okay.
A little bit harder.
It's like rubbing your stomach and patting your head. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly. It's all prefrontal cortex. And then try the other side.
Okay.
Yep. Hand around the elbow. Hand around the elbow. And
It
then tap
is
your
around
fingers.
the elbow.
I know it's all. Okay. You're good. You're good.
Okay. And
Okay. Go ahead.
you want me to try it again?
And retest.
Okay. Here we go.
Retest.
All right. And let's get to that. Actually, it is lower. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, it looks like you're getting closer to your pants. Yep, cool.
It is. Okay.
It's a good test.
All right.
And the last one is, what you do is you take your thumb, last one, take your thumb, and what you're going to do is you're going to draw the biggest circle you can with your thumb. So you can start up high, so you can start with your thumbs together, and then just trace your thumb with your finger.
Okay, show me that on camera. I couldn't see you. So.
Okay. So my eyes are going to stare at my thumb, and what I'm going to do is my eyes are going to follow my thumb, and I'm going to draw the biggest circle I can, and then I'm going to use my eyes to follow my other thumb, and then I'm going to go back up. Don't move my head, only move my eyes, and try to draw the biggest circle I can.
Okay, so let me get this.
Only move your eye.
Okay, so they're up like this, and.
Yep. Where eyes, and then follow your thumb with your eyeballs. Yep.
Okay, and then bring it back
Follow
up.
your thumb. Yep, sure.
Sure.
And then do the other side. Sure. You're not following your thumb.
I am following.
Your eyes have to look. You did not. I swear to God, you did not. Your eyes are darting. Stare at your thumb. Stare at your thumb. Follow your thumb. Follow your thumb. Okay.
Okay.
There must be a delay. You're not going on the left. Your left eyes are not looking.
I am so. You have a bad.
Really?
You have a bad. So you want me to try again?
Sure. One more.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. I gotta put this down. I don't know.
All
right. Here we go.
Take this one. I don't think it'll work because you cheated.
I did not cheat. All right. Look at that. I can.
Okay.
All right. That's how it. Okay. All right.
Anyway, so those are some simple brain training drills that you can do. There's a whole bunch of other ones, but basically people what you can do is, in order to activate your core, you can just push it on your head for 5 seconds each direction. that'll actually activate your core much simpler. If you're going to do sit-ups, if you want to do a sit-up, just push on your head sideways all the way around. It's just like doing 20 sit-ups. Same thing.
Okay, so the whole point of this is we're going to start wrapping things up. The whole point of this has just been movement. Whatever you can do to movement, to create that movement. And remind people why it's so important rather than sitting there and just watching TV or have your feet up.
It's important if you want to live a long and healthy life. So it's important because it improves your circulation, improves your lymphatic system, which is responsible for detoxification, and your immune system. It gives you energy, it improves your mood, it regulates your digestion, which are all important things. If you want to be able to do whatever it is, if you want to go play golf, if you want to be able to walk to the park, if you want to be able to play with your grandkids, if you want to, whatever it is that you want to do, like those are things that, you know, you have to think exercise is a modern day invention. Exercise was only invented in like the 1950s and 60s. You have Arnold Schwarzenegger, you have two sides, you have the Jane Fondas and the Arnold Schwarzeneggers. And so from there, what were people doing 100 years ago in terms of exercise? They were not going to a gym. They were doing manual labor. Mm-hmm. Yes, the Industrial Revolution changed everything, and, you know, from the toilet seat rooting how people go to the washroom, you know, like they don't squat all the way down anymore. So from chairs, like, so if you want to do simple things like, you know, if you're home stuck at home all day, change the seat of the height of your chair. Just by doing that is going to stimulate the different your nervous system in a different way, and that's going to benefit you in many different ways. Sit on the floor, sit on a chair, change the height of your chair, sit on a couch. So by doing that, that's going to expose your ligaments and tendons and your nervous system to different stimulus, which is what exercise is all about anyway.
Now Diana says, I'll be watching this episode again on YouTube. I feel better. I've gone from playing volleyball 4 times a week to only walking. I'm not good at doing exercises, but this is good. And that's it, right? Maybe we did get out and we played volleyball. Absolutely. They had fun. So, so everybody wants you back as well. As Patricia's saying, when will Julie be back?
Great.
All right, let's take a couple of questions. Let's take a couple of questions from viewers online. Sure. So, what would you like to know, folks? Somebody was talking about what was that exercise for your back again? Do you know what she's talking about?
The hula hoop.
Yeah. What was that?
Hula hoop.
That was just moving.
The hula hoop and pelvic tilt.
Yeah.
So put on your hula music and do hip circles. So essentially, if you struggle with back pain, and so people will always ask me, how many sets and reps do I do? As many as it takes for the pain to go away. So I'm a back pain sufferer. I throw my back out I don't know how many times. And then what I realized is that the reason I kept throwing my back out is because I was not stable enough. And so I was doing lots of stretching. Like Kevin, you asked me earlier about like, what about stretching for people? I don't necessarily recommend stretching. I do mobility. And the simple reason is that I stretch, but what I found is that when I stretched too much, it made me unstable and it made my back hurt. But when I stabilized it, my pain went away. And that's why strength training is so important. So essentially what you're doing is, if your back hurts, do hip circles. So the mobility is the hip circle, and then pelvic tilts, which is the stability aspect. So turning on your core and your bum. So all you're doing is you're rocking your hips back and forth. You can do it laying on the ground, on your bed, standing, on a ball. Any way you can do that to stabilize your core and get your brain to fire there. So sometimes I have to do 50 reps, sometimes I do 100. It just depends on how unstable I am.
Let's go through those tips again very quickly. And Julie's number one tip was barefoot. Very quickly, what was that all about?
Going barefoot improves your balance, your proprioception, and relieves pain. It builds your immune system.
Okay. Tip number 2 was breathing.
Breathing is all about turning on your parasympathetic system, so allowing your body to rest and relax.
Number Hold on. I'm pushing the wrong buttons again. Sorry. Get down. Tip number 3, but get back up again.
Yeah, get down, and that's the longevity test. So everybody should know what their longevity score is. So it's simply get out down on the ground and get back up, and you want to be over a 3. And if you are under a 3, the thing is that don't freak out. That's why you phone me, because I'll help you be higher than a 3.
Okay. Number 4, dance.
Yeah. Get out, put on some good music, stimulate the brain to get those good feel good feelings out there, and just move. It'll help you move.
All right. Get that heart rate going.
Yep, we need to get our heart rates up about 20 minutes a day. So however you want to do that is really up to you. So if you want to if you walk, just walk up different stairs, find hills, walk barefoot, whatever it's going to take for you to get 20 minutes. It's what's going to keep the circulation and the cardiovascular aspect of your body working well.
And finally,
cancer away too.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, hop to it. Number 6. Go ahead. Explain that one.
Shaking off the rest. So hop to it is basically it's a lymphatic system. So the lymphatic system is a lot of people talk about hormone issues. I've worked with a lot of people with endocrine issues or thyroid issues. And so in order to help my clients with that is we basically just shake off the rest, or hop to it is like, think of it as your cup of coffee every day. So it's just priming the body for stimulating the body enough to get the nervous system working. So it literally 30 seconds to a minute a day is all you need, and you'll get things pumping.
Marie says 3 is the hard one. That's the get down, get back up again. And I found that as well, right?
Absolutely. And that's the thing. It should be easy, but it's because of modern day conveniences, unfortunately, get down on. So that's why when I'm saying if you sit a lot, change the chairs that change the height of the chairs and like a lot of people like, when's the last time they got on the floor is really a question that I ask. And a lot of people are like, I have some clients are like, I haven't been on the floor in years. And I'm like, yep, well, find an excuse to get on the floor. What happens if you drop something? How are you going to pick it back up? So it's just exposing yourself to different ranges of motion is what this is all about. It's not necessarily about exercise. Remember, exercise is optional, movement is essential. So if you think of movement as what are different things that you want to be able, if you want to be able to pick something up without pain, well, practice it. If you want to be able to carry your groceries in from the car and walk up 20 flights of stairs, then work on it. Okay.
Let us remind people of, where's that? There we go. Your website, which is fitimize.ca. Folks, I'm going to vouch for you right now. I have never worked out with a trainer better than Julie. She knows her stuff. She knows things about nutrition. She has degrees in kinesiology. She's working on a PhD right now in sports psychology, is it?
No, that's my master's.
The master's.
Philosophy of sport.
Yeah, philosophy of sport. So I would suggest, if you want more advice, and she has great stuff on her website and also on your Facebook. What's your Facebook?
Fitimize Fitness.
Fitimize Fitness. All right.
Yep.
And you will come back. I hope I haven't scared you away. I scared you away before, but...
I'm used to you. It's all good.
That's right. Well, folks, people were saying you guys are arguing like siblings. Yes, we would fight all the time. Well, no, I would fight. Yep. Julie would just roll her eyes, mainly. She's a very patient person, an extremely patient person. So, Julie, thank you, and definitely we'll have you back again.
Great.
All right.
Yeah, you can also, like, if people are looking for simple workout, like movement routines, and they're like, I don't know what to do, you can check out my YouTube channel. There's lots of them there that I have some 1-minute routines and some longer ones. So depending on what you need, there's some follow-along routines that if people want to do more of what you're doing, then they're more than welcome to find some there.
All right, Julie, thank you so much, and we will have you back again and talk to you soon.
Great.
All right. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Julie Tom talking to us from her studio in Barrie. And that's what it was all about, right, folks? It's about movement. What's the matter, Parker?
Just change this camera.
Oh, he wants me to take this camera. Hold on for a second here. Where is that camera? There it is right there. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that. A beautiful, beautiful day out there, or a beautiful evening to go for a walk. See how I did that there? So definitely I want you to keep moving no matter what. Sitting on that couch all day and lying in that bed and just going from one part of the house, it's not enough. We have to keep moving. You will be thankful for it in the end. You're going to have more energy. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel more positive as well. That's what's really important, right? Is it's going to help your emotion as well. And I'm going to talk, when we have Julie back, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about emotional fitness. So what fitness can do for your emotions. That's going to be great for people who have depression and anxiety and people who are maybe developing depression and anxiety. So we will have her back, and we'll have her back soon. Tomorrow on the show is going to be full of commercials tomorrow. I'm sorry, but I'm not getting paid for any of them. My show will be fully sponsored tomorrow. I want to reach out. I want to show you some people who are in business, who are in danger of going out of business unless we can help them. So tomorrow I have a commercial that I'm going to be doing with a pizza joint that's been there on St. Clair West since 1965. I am going to be talking to a really nice tea room that's still open. I mean, they have curb service in Streetsville that has been there. And they celebrate their 30th year in business this year, and we hope it's not their last. So get in touch with me. Send me an email right there, firstaidforyourmentalhealth@gmail.com, or you can tweet me. You can send me something on Messenger. What businesses, especially those who are just like hanging on, do we need to tell people about that are open that people might not realize they're open and have a service to provide? My guest tomorrow is going to be Rita DeMontis, my very good friend. She is the lifestyle editor for the Toronto Sun. She knows everything about small businesses and restaurants in this city. She knows everything. So she's also compiling a bit of a list. We're going to do that tomorrow because, hey, we have to help each other, right? I don't like to hear about businesses that are going out and going under or in danger of going under that have been there for years. So we need to get to be together as a community to help. So that's tomorrow right here on Coping with Isolation. So until then, take care of yourself and make sure you take care of each other.
COVID-19, why you do this to me? I really don't like being stuck in quarantine. I have no toilet paper, I don't even have a snack.